Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for the first season of the 2021 Exhibition Series Nations Cup on Gran Turismo Sport. So now we are going in to take the first round. We'll be ready to participate. The first race will be taking part in Fuji International Speedway for 13 laps. One make category we'll be using is the Toyota GR Yaris RC High Performance 2020. Will be ready to go. So good thing I am now back in the competition. We'll be taking part in a new season. So I just really gonna have to take a time off to be in absence. So 5-point race entry will be available by the time. So this one might have to get ready to be in the point race 1 entry. But this is going to be a lot of good regulation. Will have to turn out to be very good. So this one might have the tire ratings we'll be using with the medium and hard racing compound tires. This will might take a lot of details before you'll be ready to get started. So this one might be quite very good for doing a grid start with a false start check. So just going to have to keep a good hold of the brakes for 5 seconds. But this is going to have to take a lot of good motivation for every Gran Turismo players out there. So here I go. This will might take the best good use to have my very own livery design to give a UDRS title on it. So let's get it on, and have the balance of performance regulations will be setting up automatically to be at the power in 110%. Weight will be at 105%. Setting up onto the tires for racing hard compound will be going regulated to be very organized. So let's do some practice and let's get it on. So before enjoy watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the first round of the 2021 Exhibition Series, and let's begin. Welcome to the first season of the 2021 Exhibition Series on Gran Turismo Sport. Racing at the Nations Cup in the first round at Fuji Speedway. So let's get ready to go and get started. FCR_Timmy05 is now taking first place. And here's the second place driver. Don't be a Karen today. And here's the third place. Trifecta Y is now going in to be at the top 3 position to be ready to go. And here's JK1DD77 in 4th place. And here's myself in 5th place for the UDRS in Sport Tech livery of the GR Yaris RC. MSR_BS Rodeo 7S is now taking on in 6th place. And here's Chet Boyle 123 in 7th place. Followed by the 8th place driver is C3 Boo, ready to go for a Canadian driver to be joining in session. And here's Can't Handle It 187 in 9th place. And here's Obed Denru for Rio is now taking on in 10th place. And here's Start 443 Train in 11th place. Qualified for the 12th place driver is Jugo Solo Density is now prepared to have a nice race. And here's All_Puppies in 13th place for the World Rally Championship style livery. And here's Whiskey Throne 49 in 14th place. And here's Turismo Pete in 15th place. All set and ready to go for a nice one-make race. And here's R4M_Canel_Reeves in 16th place. And here's Piki Me in 17th place. And also for the 18th place driver is Start Scat in a Red Bull Team livery. And here's for the last place driver is Strikey Bacterian is now ready to go to be in last place. So I hope this might take a lot of good motivation to take on for a one-make race. So better make sure you guys get ready, because this is going to be a grid start for the full start check. Just gonna have to be patient for 5 seconds until we're about to be going in for green light for go. So this is going to be super awesome out there. The first round in the 2021 Exhibition Series Nations Cup is about to go underway. So let's get prepared for having a good clean race. And here we go. We're about to be going in to take on the first turn. So this one might take a lot of formation. Just trying to make sure do not take any full contact. Otherwise, oh man, that was so close. That will might drop me down onto ninth place. But this is going to get a little bit more crowded out there. Jetboy 123, Moped, and C3 Boo is now taking on to take a struggle. So it looks like this one might take sector 2. We'll be going in at the second corner. Go straight dive down onto the third corner. It looks like Moped is now taking the effect on the penalty. And oh man, looks like this is going to get a little bit more rough around. Try not to do any drama around, folks. Racing drama is going to get a little bit more hard on the edges. Come on, Pick Mini. Now you can probably have to stay on it because the GR Yaris RC High Performance is an all-wheel drive. It could probably do much good to see how fast can it go to take a good standard performance in a one-make category. Now coming in at the end of the second sector, going uphill onto the third sector. So it looks like, oh man, it looks like we got two drivers just barely took on the collide at the chicane. This is pretty nasty out there, folks. This is going to be super nasty and pretty rough on the edges. So it looks like Dart Scat is now going in to take the push onto ninth place. But remember, folks, do not make a dirty race. Otherwise, this is going to be having a fair opportunity. Just going to have to make sure to do a passive skills. But this is going to get plenty more concentration. Just going to have to take a good respawn capability to take some driving skills to be on the track. So now I'm going in to push right in towards ninth place. Just going to have to reach up onto P1 Kimi. It looks like MSR_PS Rodeo 7s is now taking on the penalty recovery after crossing the line. End of the first lap. Moving on to lap number 2 will be on the way. It looks like Don't Be a Karen today is now taking the fastest lap for 1 minute and 56.707 seconds. Look at them go, you guys. This is going to be a one tough race to be in the first round. But make sure this one might have some characteristic skills when driving an all-wheel drive in a compact vehicle. FCR_Timmy05 is now going in to take the lead. This is going to be a pretty good out there to see how FCR can do it. And here's Tribeca Y is going on in third place. Catching up on Don't Be a Karen today in second place. Taking on the fourth corner, we'll be going in to take that apex. So this will might take some fine standard skills, but handling will have to take a little bit more gap distance. We'll be going a little bit more far separate by a determined range. Looks like Turismo Pete is going in to make one pass to catch up onto my current position. This is going to get a little bit more struggle out there to reach onto sector 3 to enter in. Okay, just keep going at it. Just going to have to take a little bit more careful, and I mean, this is going to be taking on for one Trade Paint overtake pass, and that will might have a 0.5 second penalty. Looks like two cars coming in to be having some double company. R4M_Kendall_Reeves is now passing in onto 8th place, catching up onto Turismo Pete in 7th place. And here comes the final turn. This was going to have to take some inside formation to be on the line. R4M will be taking the advantage while Turismo Pete is taking the penalty line. But it's going to get a little bit more nearly there towards having a side-by-side before moving on to the next lap. Lap number 3, it's on its way. Only 10 more to go. FCR_Timmy05 just took 1 minute and 53.150 seconds by the fastest lap. This is going to be pretty good out there for the first place driver. We'll have to keep it up on it. But the pressure will go on for each drivers in the GR Yaris RC High Performance. Could probably need to take some characteristic skills. We'll have to try to do some handling to take some clean turns. Now going in onto the second sector, looks like this is going to be having the best seat in the house for taking the battle for 7th place. R4M will be taking action while Can't Handle It is now going in to catch up along with Turismo Pete. Taking on turn 4, we'll be going in. Come on, let's see some good action out there. 3 cars could probably take that grueling struggle out there, including a UDRS is now taking the best view out there. Just gonna have to keep going in onto Sector 3 after leaving Sector 2. To reach the crowd for the chicane, this is gonna get one car for a lineup while taking the slipstream will be going in. Now coming right back onto the hill climb once again. Come on, looks like this is gonna be good to see how 3 types of colors, gray, white, and red. I bet this one might have black color because this is going to be a fine tradition racing of Toyota Gazoo Racing, what's now being part of the label badge for this vehicle. Can't Handle It 187 still try to keep up to overtake RPM_Keno_Ribs. And looks like this one might have the penalty effect, folks. Try not to take a little bit more touching in for doing some contact. That is might need to do some racing work. We'll do some practice. So here comes lap number 4. Looks like this is going to be a very good chase onto the full straightaway before coming back onto the first turn. It looks like UTRS is now in the scene. It's going to get a little bit more rough out there. Oh man, it looks like we have one driver that just pulled the brake late. That is pretty intense out there to see an instant replay. No matter who it was, but it is going to be quite possible that it was one of the opponents. Now, looks like this is going to be quite good to see Turismo Pete will be going in onto 6th place. Bobetta Daniel Barrio is now going to have to stay on in 7th place to be dropping down to 1 position. But this is going to have to take plenty more mobility pressure out there. Come on, that's just going to have to see some good clean turn, but taking some fine practice time since the time trial with the introduction to the vehicle when taking part in Sardinia Windmills for a 3rd time trial event. But we just did what we could to, so I could probably mean that, oh man, looks like this is going to get a little bit pretty close out there. Only one contact, just make sure, avoid the penalty, folks. This race is going to get a little bit exercise caution, but it gets a little bit side by side while going on the uphill. Come on, Turismo Pete. Just going to have a little bit more fair race out there. Now, this one might take one passing through. Well, better than you for real is now going on the overtake. And now this one might coming right back in to 7th place. And it's going in onto the full straight. So it looks like Can't Handle It 187 will be taking on for the push. And he crossing in onto the penalty line to be taking a slow down for recovery. That one might give the opportunity for UDRS will be going forward onto the 5th lap. Well, better than you for real is now going to have to take the push continues to reach up onto Turismo Pete's current position. Just close into the gap. And here comes the first turn. No one else won't get interrupted. Just going to have to slow down and take that inside towards the apex. Very good. It looks like coming in onto the last minute, Tribeca Wide took the fastest lap for 1 minute and 53.113 seconds. He did pretty good job out there to catch up onto FCR_Timmy05. That was a lot of endurance run to go fast. But no matter that every driver in the GR Yaris could probably have to take any more skills of any risk, but the slipstream was always going to be pretty important to do the same. But luckily, this is going to be quite good out there to take the 2nd quarter to be in session. A whole lot of racing action going on to be on the lineup. Now passing in onto Sector 3 once again. So I hope this race could probably going much better out there to see how they can do it. Turismo Pete is taking the effect on the penalty for 1.5 seconds, so that one might give the opportunity for Mobetta, Daniel for real, and even myself in 7th and 8th place. Only a few more yards to go for Turismo Pete before coming in onto the penalty line after the final corner. This is going to get a little bit more handling out there. Just make it good aim on the apex. And here comes the slipstream to be on the full quarter of a mile. Turismo Pete is slowing down, so this one might have Mobetta, Daniel for real, and myself will be continuing to go fast. It looks like we have one driver, Don't Be a Karen today, is enter the pits to change up onto the different compound tires. Switching up onto the hard into the medium racing compound tire will be recommended. So be remembered, you guys, required tires only on the race details, so this will might have to be very safe to avoid a 1-minute penalty. That's the ticket. Now moving on to take 5th place for UDRS. It looks like Mobetta Den for Rio is now going to have to take that push. Oh boy, looks like this is going to get a little bit tougher out there. Just going to have to be a little bit more careful not to make a full contact to avoid a collision. Can't handle it. 187 is now pushing in on the offense. UDRS takes the defense, but this is going to have to take the first fourth turn. Come on, just going in. Nailed that apex without going off the track. That was pretty impressive. Now, the speed wheel going in to reach up towards the 5th gear. Just going to have to hit the brakes before enter sector 3. Very nice. Just keep a good groove more formation to stay on pace. Looks like this is going to be pretty good out there. Just try to have a good concentrated race. Everything will be doing just fine without getting affected by the penalty due to the mistake. So now Can't Handle It 187 is going on the offense to do the advantage. So looks like he's going on to 6th place. Looks like Mobetta Den for Rio is now going on the defense, and that means this will might take the 7th lap will go forward after the 6th lap. This is going to get a little bit more speed out there to reach up by taking a side-by-side before coming back onto the first corner. Can't Handle It could probably take it all. And here comes the breaking point to be passing by to the double cones. Mobetta Den for Rio is now going, oh man, he almost had that chance, and UDRS is going right back onto 5th place. Very good out there, and that will might take that good inside formation. That will might take the chase to catch up on to Can't Handle It 187. So that will might take that few chances before going into the pits in the next lap. Number 8 will be taking the recommend call out there, folks. Every driver could probably take many strategy whenever they have to use. Just do the step-by-step directions and everything will be all good from now on. So meanwhile, onto the top 3 drivers. Chet Boyle 123 is ongoing to catch up on to Tribeca Y. The Canadian driver is actually to be going on. So this one might take the ongoing gap distance to reach up onto the 1st and 2nd place driver. This will might have a continuation battle for FCR_Timmy05 to keep up. By having a skill of endurance, will have to take the heavy defense. So they already at the final corner, so this will might take one chance to going into the pits. And oh man, it looks like Can't Handle It 187 just barely took a mistake by a 0.5 second penalty. Looks like this will might take the next lap, will proceed forward onto the pit stop, but this is going to have to take important notice. We'll have to be very careful not to go on to a cut track. It looks like Tribeca Y is now entered the pits. This will might have the medium racing compound tires will be switching up onto the hard racing compound, and that means UDRS will be entered as well. So be remember, you guys, no refuel will be needed. So this will might need some plenty of spare will be needed as possible. Just gonna have to be standing by for my crew will be coming out to get ready to set them up to switch up the tires. Everybody is switching in onto the different compound tires by the opposite. Hard, medium racing tires, everything will might give a good suitable call. Oh man, this is not good. This is definitely not good. It looks like JK1DD77 just barely took a hit on Don't Be a Karen Today. What is the matter with this opponent? I mean, this is pretty intense. This is not an ordinary bumper cars. This is the FIA Gran Turismo Championship of the Nations Cup. Just be respectful, be kind to others, and make sure have a good clean race. That's how professional racers always wanted to do the best. Just gonna have to keep on racing to stay clean to accomplish. Coming right back in on to 7th place for me. But the chase goes on to reach up onto Tribeca Y in 14 seconds up ahead. JK JK1DD77 just barely took a penalty effect due to "Don't be a Karen today." Well, maybe this is definitely might have a negative reaction to this, but sometimes do not have this kind of a drama during the online competition race, folks. Just gonna have to be very respectful whenever we might need to have a good competition race. But the first round is going to be pretty challenging to going in by the starts. The first two drivers, Chet Boyle 123 and FCR_Timmy05 is in the pits. This will might have Kent Hanlett 187 to be in the first place in the lead, followed by Mobetta Danu for Real in second place. Tribeca Y is coming right back onto third place to be in the top 3 position. So this is going to be quite very good suitable, while two drivers will be switching up onto the hard racing compound tires after taking the use of the medium racing tires. Proceed forward onto the 9th lap, and currently onto 6th place for UDRS. This is going to be quite very smoothly out there. Just try to take that best racing motivation without taking any drama. How excited to see how the competition race will might take a good chance before I was gone. Well, maybe this is going to be taking a lot of hard work out there despite doing some absence, because hey, I'm just going to have to do making some YouTube video segments for taking part of the FIA Racing Championship. But this is going to be doing some much brilliant commentating, but always going to have to do some type of rehearsal act in a stage play. But don't worry, commentating can probably do much better just for me. Everybody can probably do their own parts. That's how taking on for a professional racing skills can probably take their chances to become the best victory racer. Always going to have to get to basics. We might need to do some more training before taking on to the next quarter. Now going in onto the hill climb onto the side of the track. FCR_Timmy05 is currently onto 4th place to catch up onto the top 3 drivers to reach up onto Tribeca Y in 3rd place. Kent Hanlett 187 is now going into the pits by taking the hard compound tires. It looks like Mobetta Den for Rio is now going in as well. This will might take 2 of them will be going in onto 2nd and 3rd place. Come on, Chet Boyle 123. You are finally made it on time. Only 3 more laps to go before moving on to the 10th lap. This will might have the expected company. JK1DD77 is now passing me by taking the side-by-side. I hope this will might take one clean opportunity to catch up onto a custom livery driver. So I hope this will might have some damage onto the rear bumper. So yeah, I bet this is going to be one good check onto the driving investigation out there, according to the instant replay check. Coming right back onto Sector 2, the chase resumes, and JK1DD77 is now currently in 5th place to catch up onto Kent Hanlett 187 in 4th place. Almost there. Looks like this one might have that 4th turn. Going in onto the 5th corner will be reached up towards the chicane once again. Only 1.4 seconds behind. I hope this one might have to take that braking point will slow down. Take that apex and going right in towards that chicane. And here comes the 0.5 second penalty for JK1DD77 due to ignoring the track limit. So this one might have the early chance will be slowing down for him. So I hope this one might have the opportunity for UDRS will go forward. Just gonna have to take that final turn. Just stay on the short defense while JK1DD77 will be crossing the penalty line to slow down. And now this will might have a 0.5 seconds behind to the gap distance. That will might put me in onto 5th place. 2 more laps to go. Lap number 11 is on the way. We'll be keep it up onto its own limits. and Tribeca Y is currently on to second place, while FCR underscore Timmy 05 is now in the lead by the last minute. Keep going at it, FCR underscore Timmy 05. You can do it. You can take home the podium for the United States of America. For Canada, could probably take second place for doing a fine standard job. But hey, friendly competition always does and matters for having a good, fine, clean race, because they really want to make this chance to be a very good perfection Gran Turismo driver. Going in onto turn 4, looks like Mobetta Den U for Rio is now going right back in to take a little comeback. So this will might have the defense for UDRS will be ready to go, but the struggles will take the risk. So I hope I could probably be ready to defend my position to be in 5th place. But hold on, looks like this is going to get a little bit tougher out there. Take that chicane. Mobetta Den U for Rio is now going to have to take a little bit more pushing in to take that idea. Coming back onto the hill climb section of the track. There you go. Stay in it. This one might have to take that hard left onto that corner. Just keep going at it. Stay in the inside formation. Looks like Mobetta is now going in closely. And it's going to get a little bit more slipstream to be going in. I bet he's at the right position. This is going to be a little bit more risk to take the side-by-side before taking on the 12th lap. And here comes one more lap to go. Come on. I hope this will might have the best views for UDRS. Will be taking on in 5th place by the finish. And looks like this one might have Mobetta will be taking the inside. But that one might take a little bit more take back. That's the ticket. UDRS is coming back in 5th place by the first corner. Now taking on in Sector 2 after leaving Sector 1. Oh boy, looks like this is going to get a little bit more rough around. It looks like I just successfully evaded. Mobetta Den U for Rio is now moving on to take 5th place by taking a little bit tag bags, but taking overtakes will might have to take a little bit more time to share. But it's always going to have a little bit more regular competition. Just going to have to see how things will might be quite going well out there to take the action. So meanwhile, onto the top 3 drivers once again. FCR underscore Timmy 05 is still going on to take the heavy defense to endure, while Tribeca Y and Chet Boyle 123 is going at it to take the battle for first place. I hope the top 3 drivers are still keep going on out there, because this one might take on for doing another run for a full straightaway before moving on to the final lap. This is going to be a one epic showdown to see how they can do it. I bet this one might have to take your bets. FCR underscore Timmy 05 is going to win this race at no time, while Chet Boyle 123 and Tribeca Y will might have to come up with a strategy lineup by taking the chase of the slipstream before taking on one last first corner turn. Hold the phone. Looks like the fastest lap just barely made an update. Can't handle it. 187 just took 1 minute and 52.331 seconds. That is so impressive to see how the 4th place driver can do it. This is going to be super fast for a GR Yaris RC high performance. So it looks like this will might coming in to dive down onto the dirt corner before moving on to the 4th turn. FCR Timmy 05 is now going in to take the win. He can do it, folks. FCR can do it. This will might take the good chance to be ongoing for a wonderful first round for taking part of the first season of the 2021 Hyperion Series Nations Cup. The top 3 have already made it in onto the chicane in Sector 3. This is going to take one more hill climb. We'll be doing one last chance. This is going to be pretty awesome out there. For almost 25 minutes since the race began, this is going to be a lot of good motivation out there to see how FCR underscore Timmy 05 will have to keep it up to stay in first place until he could probably take home the podium, while Tribeca Y could probably take second place to do a good job. Jet Boyle 123 will have to keep trying, but this is going to take one last turn at the final corner. It's going to be a one last showdown to be in the full straightaways. I hope this is going to be pretty good out there. FCR_Timmy05 is going for it, folks. He is going for it. He is going in to take that finish line, and there you have it. FCR_Timmy05 has successfully took first place in the first season of the 2021 Exhibition Series Nations Cup here in Fuji International Speedway at the first round. What an incredible out there, folks. What in the most incredible one-make race ever yet. That was super fantastic. That was super fantastic. Now, looks like this one might have a race results. FCR_Timmy05 and myself just barely took a good chance of survival without getting caught in the penalty, along with Whiskey Throttle 49. And several drivers just barely took the red dot on the penalty, but it was a pretty good job race. But man, that is so awesome out there to have the first round in the GR Yaris RC High Performance made by Toyota Gazoo Racing. Pretty impressive, but this is going to be taking a lot of good, remarkable race out there. But especially for only two drivers that has a 1 second penalty, they could probably have to do much better at the next race. Good job, Jet Boyle 123. You did pretty good job to be in third place. And good job, everyone. First round is going to be a pretty good start to be at 2021. So I hope this will might have to take a results confirmed. But man, I did a pretty good job out there to take 6th place, to try to do my best. Everything goes on for having a good clean race to be in the first season. So this one might have a 1-star earned to be having 62 points to be earned. That was excellent. That was super excellent to be having some pretty excited one-make race. Just gonna have to do some earning summaries, and this is gonna be a pretty good breakdown for doing the recap. Good job for the first round in the Nations Cup at the 2021 season of the Exhibition Series. FCR_Timmy05 did pretty good job out there for taking the best lap for 1 minute and 53.150 seconds until Ken Handel at 187 takes the good rightful place. So I hope this one might have the congratulations to FCR_Timmy05 and Tribeca Y for doing the best win. It was impressive to see how two drivers could probably have to take that one last chase before reaching up towards the finish line. So I hope this is going to be pretty good to take on for the second quarter, but the first quarter is going to be quite very excellent to do the original. But hey, good news for FCR_Timmy05 for giving a day to respond. You're very welcome. Now this is going to be quite very excellent to be part of the racing highlights. The Nations Cup will be racing on Saturdays, and the Manufacturer Series will be racing on Wednesdays. So this is going to be a perfect organized schedule. Will be quite very good to take 6 rounds all at once. The first round is finished at Fuji Speedway, and we are about to get ready to move on in round 2 to take place at Autodrome Lago Maggiore Grand Prix Reverse for having a Group 3 category to be taking part in the next race. I hope you really enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. You can follow me on Instagram, DeviantArt, and GT Planet whenever you want. Livery vlog videos are available to watch anytime, and don't forget to support my main project, Vision Total Drama, the next chapter of the Total Drama fan art to support the community. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the Nations Cup of the 2021 Exhibition Series on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.